go, guys. Right, so today we're going to go through my top 3 supplements that I recommend. So this is in my opinion. So everyone's, and how I've ordered it is in my opinion as well. So people might be like, oh, Mike, I wouldn't have ordered it that way, but that's the way I've ordered it, and that's the way I there is a reason why I've ordered these in this way, but these are the reason they're my top 3. Before we go into this, I want to give a little bit of a disclaimer. So these supplements are great, but they will not work unless you are on a proper training program, you are getting plenty of sleep, your diet is on point, and you're hydrated. So people neglect all these and hope that these 3 would be a magic cure. But honestly, you need to make sure you're training, you've got a plan, you've got a routine in place that you're following consistently. Your nutrition's good. Again, nutrition is so important. So these supplements won't do nothing, well, hardly anything, is if your nutrition is not on point. So we make sure you're eating healthy, getting plenty of protein, lots of fruit and veg, and drinking plenty of water. So it's so important to get loads of water in your diet. Not too much. Try and space it out for a day. Make sure you're covering a good 2 litres of water a day. But honestly, water, hydration is so important. But saying that, let's go into my top 3. But make sure, obviously, those other ones are on point before we start. So, number 1, and this is my opinion. I've ordered them how I see my top 3 if I had to pick. So let's go through it. Number 1, if you know me, you should know my number 1. You should do, hopefully. It's pre-workouts. So the reason I put pre-workouts as number 1 is because I like that kind of focus it gives me. Like I said, going back to if my training, nutrition, if that's all on point, these pre-workouts hit me like a truck because my diet's on point, I'm drinking plenty of water, so I'm hydrated. So when these pre-workouts hit me, they hit me so good. And if I've got plenty of rest, they hit me so potently, it's untrue. So I've been on pre-workouts for absolute ages. It's not something to be proud of, but I've been on them for a while. And honestly, the effectiveness and how it helps me through my training gives me that edge. So I find this is why I put them as number 1. If I can get the same effect of a coffee or a Monster, I would take coffee or Monster, but I can't. I don't get that same effect. Once you try one of these, honestly, you get an absolutely amazing workout. So that is why that is my number 1, pre-workouts. But do your research, have a look at the ingredients, make sure it's safe for you to take. Number 2. So, number 2, and there's a reason why I put this as number 2, is creatine monohydrate. So, creatine has been around for absolutely ages. It's got tons of research. It's been proven to be safe, effective, and it's great for... honestly, just type in on Google the effects of creatine. I don't want to go through all of them because there are loads. But for me, I find it helps with recovery. It helps with strength. It helps with a little bit of size as well. But again, you need to be drinking plenty of water when taking creatine. I'd say don't go for anything fancy. I've just gone for, I've always been on creatine monohydrate. You can get it from, I get it from My Protein because it's very cheap. I get it non-flavored because I find at the moment now it's easier for me to dry scoop it. A lot of people say that, but it's just quicker for me than putting a glass of water. So I know you're mixing it. I just dry scoop. I used to dry scoop pre-workouts, but I don't recommend that now. I've done loads of research on it. It's not a good idea. So do not dry scoop your pre-workout. Try and just mix it normally. But creatine, I just find I can dry scoop it. Again, not recommending it. I just find it's quicker for me in the mornings. So do some research. There's absolutely loads of research on creatine monohydrate. It's great for performance, strength, and a bit of size. So that's why it's number 2. Number 3, and a lot of people will be like, that should not be your number 3. It is, and there's a reason why it's my number 3, is protein. So protein is my number 3. And the reason for that is because going back to right at the beginning of this video, if your training and diet is on point and you're eating right, you should be getting most of your food. You want to get most of your protein content from food, from real food. This is only to supplement my gaps. So these, like I said, are just supplements. They're supplementing what your training, your nutrition. They are not staples. So these are stuff that give you that little bit of an edge. So with protein, a lot of people rely on protein shakes. They're great food supplement, but you need to make sure your diet is on point. You shouldn't get all your protein from a protein shake. You want to make sure they're just filling in the gaps. So say, for example, I take one when I finish training. So when I finish session, I'll put a protein shake down. But in the morning, if I've got time, I'll make, like, say, an omelette, and then I won't have a protein shake because I'm getting my protein from there. I don't need to then have even more protein from protein shake. More is not better, so I don't want taking loads of protein at one serving. I will then spread my protein out through the day. So that's why it's number 3. A lot of people might be like, oh, it should be number 1. No, because I get most of my protein from my diet and I use this just to supplement. So that's the reason it's number 3. That is my order. Let's bring them back in. That's the reason I put them in that particular order. So that's in my personal opinion. Some people might vary. They might put creatine as number 1. Pre-workouts, they might not even use them, but this is just the way I see it. I see pre-workouts as number 1. I love the energy they give me, and I love the focus. I love that feeling when you're driving to the gym as well, and you're sipping your pre-workout, and you feel it kick in, you're ready for the session, you are like mentally prepared for the gym. Whereas some people are mentally prepared anyway. I need that kick, I've got to be honest. I don't get it from anything else. And these pre-workouts set me into that mode where I'm like, right, it's training, I'm training chest, and it works for me. Number 2, creatine. I think it's amazing. I've been on it for absolutely ages. It's got absolutely tons of research and it's safe. Protein, use it to fill in the gaps. It's great. You can use it in smoothies. You can use it, but for me, it's number 3 because I get quite a lot of protein for the day. This is just to top up on my protein needs. And I recommend gold standard in strawberry. Guys, that's my top 3. I really hope you enjoyed the video and you learned something from it, but make sure, going back to the beginning of my video, your training, your nutrition is all on point. You're getting plenty of rest and you're hydrated. Guys, I'm going to be doing lots more videos to help you guys out. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel.